Hi everybody, my name is Linespace. This is note taking and we're playing. It actually swaps to start playing this intro really quickly. Oh man, I'm actually surprised that this doesn't look worse than it does. Like, I'm not saying it looks like the pinnacle of animation. It honestly could look a lot worse as far as PlayStation 1 FMVs go. But am I not on? Please. Thank you. This is Digimon World 2003. Here in the States, it was released as just Digimon World 3. We're not playing the States version, though, for a reason. We're playing the European version, because you could also call it the complete version. There's a whole bunch of post-game stuff that you just can't do in Digimon World 3. So I tracked down a ROM of the 2003 version a long time ago. This is our character. Their name is Junior. That name's not going to stick around. Actually, I guess since I'm just going to name them after myself, they're late. What are Teddy and Ivy doing? We won't have time to play Digimon online. Okay, so the episode name is going to be This is a Mistake. So there's a lot of games that I deeply enjoy. This is one of two really big games from my childhood, one of which is actually a really good game. This one isn't. And it's really not a good stream game. But the position I'm in is that I move tomorrow, and I am potentially going to be spending... I'm spending at least one whole day just getting moved in. Potentially another day than fixing everything else, so I'm not going to have as much time to record as I probably would like. So I wanted to get something out there. And considering the episodes on Digimon Survive, I definitely want to do something Digimon. I purchased a capture card, but I have been too stressed getting things prepped for the move to figure out how to use that yet. So look forward to that in a few days, when I should have been able to get that figured out and get all settled. So we're doing this because this is something I know, it's something I'm just going to be chill with, and I'm not going to be too stressed if I'm cutting the episodes at awkward moments so that I can get a recording session done during the time that I have right now. I wanted to say all that because I'm gonna throw myself in and just let myself enjoy this and showcase how I play this game and how I enjoy it and what I like about it so much. But I wanted to address that this is not normal, that this isn't gonna stick around. Don't worry. Or maybe you all will enjoy this and we'll come back sometime. But no matter what, even if I did choose to stream this long term, there would have to be breaks in it because I would need to do off-screen grinding, and we'll get to that. Oh, before anything else though, this art just has so much charm to it. The fact that you have things like your tapping foot and whatnot, like I don't know what the standard is for things like this, but I actually just find this game very charming with its animations. I didn't want Ivy to come, but Teddy and his big mouth told her. They should have gone a login pass ahead of time. The aesthetic of Digimon with big, weird-looking technology that is super inefficient will always make me smile. It's just in International Police, SAP, have located the European HQ of the crime group AOA. Together with the army, they raided their headquarters at midnight last night, and have arrested the leaders of the AOA inside the compound. Officials believe these arrests will connect recent internet terrorism to the AOA. AOA. That's the group that did bad things with Digimon. I can't believe anyone would make Digimon do bad things. Alright, Teddy first. Thanks for waiting, Junior. No, that's alright. Thanks for waiting, Junior. Sorry we're late. Junior, why are you talking to yourself? It's creepy. Soon we'll have Digimon and we won't have to talk to ourselves. About time, Teddy. Her angry fists. And why is Ivy here in the first place? You always say that Digimon are for kids. Hey, I'm interested in Digimon online, okay? And I never said I hated Digimon. Teddy in the background, being all of us when our friends fight. There's a part of me that just always wishes that Teddy just walked away and left us behind. Junior Ivy, come on! Let's go to the online center. My voice does not want to work this morning. It looks so ridiculous. So this is the Megami Online Center. Cool! Yeah, this is the Matrix system. It digitizes our ideas and thoughts and sends them to the net. I wonder how it works. I want to see what makes it tick. Uh-oh, we got the computer person. You know, the person who should be the best at Digimon if we're being realistic, but... What are you two doing there? Come on, let's set up an account and log into the digital world. So different Digimon games treat the Digimon world in very different ways. And this is one where the digital world is something that we either found access to or simply made ourselves, like a living AI organism, something like that. But essentially, it's just the internet in this game, is a good way to look at it. But we can go there, and there are living things there. And, I like Digimon a lot. The basic concept is they're made of code, living code, and if you think about it for 2 seconds, it's a very silly concept. But I think to this day, I think there's still a part of us, no matter how much tech just becomes incorporated into our lives, or maybe as tech gets more incorporated into our lives, that we like the idea that there's friends in the tech, instead of just being lifeless machines. Welcome to the Megami Online Center. This service is for those traveling into the digital world. Is this your first time playing Digimon Online? No, absolutely not. Before we set up your account, you will have to choose your partner Digimon. Choose one starter pack, A, B, or C. Each pack has 3 types of Digimon. A is a balanced pack, Patamon, Renamon, Patamon. B is a powerful pack, Monmon, Agumon, Renamon. C is a maniac pack, Kumamon, Gyomon, Patamon. Which of the 3 would you like? So I'm going to go over just a quick view of all of them from the position of someone who knows way too much about this game. But we're going to be picking Agumon for this playthrough, and I'll get into why. Just pick a pack that has a Digimon you like. I can't help it. All of the packs have Digimon I like. I feel for you here, Junior. Which Digimon don't you like then? Don't get the pack that has Digimon you don't like and pick. There are no Digimon I don't like. I'm not gonna lie. So this is the kind of thing that adds charm to a game. They explain this to me, and they don't have to have this segment here. This segment here is entirely for just having some charming dialogue that honestly, a lot of kids might have gone through. As a kid, I didn't like Patamon, so I didn't pick the pack that has Patamon in it, which is why I ended up picking the Agumon pack all the time. But I didn't hate Patamon. And as an adult, none of these packs have Digimon I dislike, since I have earned respect for Patamon. There are no Digimon I don't like. I love all Digimon. Also, Teddy with the little images of the different Digimon in his thought bubbles is cute. Well, if you like all Digimon, then you don't have to worry. Come on, choose and let's go to the digital world. Junior, you still haven't made up your mind? You better make up your mind or I'm going ahead. We can't let the girl beat us. Okay. I hate saying sexist things like that. I'm trying to make that joke because that feels like the mood the game is trying to have, but still don't like it coming out of my own mouth. Have you all decided? The other two just nod. Junior, I'm really going to leave you here. Okay, then I'll register you and your partner Digimon now. Welcome to Digimon Online. We will begin registration of your online account and partner Digimon. The account name will be your name in the digital world. Sorry, the background screens all look kind of like this, and I'm gonna get lost in my own nostalgia from time to time just because I get to share this with people. Please choose your partner Digimon from one of the 3 starter packs. We will now start the process. So I'm actually gonna just leave it as Junior since that is the default name, and hey, why not? I could change it to line space, but whatever. So down here, so we have Pack C. This is actually the pack I typically took as a kid. It was one of these 2 that I typically used. I liked Kumamon. Kumamon punches things. But also, as a kid, I grew up watching the first 4 original series, so Digimon Adventure, Digimon Adventure 2, Digimon Tamers, and Digimon Frontier. And surprising nobody, I loved Tamers. I actually liked Frontier more as a kid, which is definitely a controversial take. I did a big rewatch of both Digimon Adventure 1 and 2 earlier last year, and I have thoughts and opinions, and I might get into those while we do grinding. But I actually need to get to Tamers and Frontier. I watched a few episodes of both of them just so that I could have an opinion, and I think they're both fun in different ways. They're very clearly different shows. Digimon Tamers is entirely different. I immediately love that. Because Digimon does not do the same thing all the time. This game is very similar to another one, Digimon Dusk and Dawn, but I'd honestly say that Digimon World Next Order and Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth are very different beasts as far as how they present themselves and what the goal of the story is. Anyways, Kumamon is super low SP, very high HP, and was my favorite as a kid growing up. Turns into a literal bear. Actually really bad. SP is the stat that you actually want to have as a really high number. Patamon has the second highest. Guilmon has a middling amount. Guilmon actually is part... I actually just steal Guilmon's line when I use Renamon. Guilmon is fun and weird and honestly plays well considering how you play this game optimally, quote-unquote. Also, Guilmon's just a great character in the anime, so hey. Although in this game you might develop your own hatred for Guilmon. We will not see that within 3 hours, but hey. And then Patamon. Patamon's actually really weird, because while having a fair amount of SP, the way they level is not that useful, so they can actually be a real big struggle to use. Seraphimon and Magna Angemon look amazing in this game compared to a lot of models, so it's actually really cool. Mon was my second favorite in the game, actually, because apparently I just have no love of the dinosaurs. But that's because Mon shoots things. They turn into a pirate and then into something with just a bunch of cannons. Like, if we were going to go with Chris is going to relive his childhood, the Digimon I remember using the most is Mon. But Agumon, I have just so much affection for. And if I were going to do a playthrough for the channel, I know what I would want to gun for, and that's Dark War Greymon. Dark War Greymon is probably in my top 5 Digimon, if not my top 3. I love that design so much. One of the better parts of Digimon Adventure 2 honestly had less to do in that series than I remembered, but hey. Agumon is similar to Gyomon. Again, less SP than you probably want, but Agumon and Monmon fall into the middling again. Renamon is who you want to pick if you want to just have an easy playthrough. You'll notice I'm talking about them individually. They give you these starter packs with 3 Digimon, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want efficiency of gameplay, just use 1. Oh my god. Things will either be super difficult or not difficult at all. And having 3 Digimon is not gonna make things easier. Having 1 Digimon with 3 times the XP is just a much, much better plan, honestly. And we'll get more into why when we actually get to the gameplay. And then we get the Balanced Pack, which has Kodomon. And Kodomon is the quote-unquote easiest character to get to the strongest Digivolution. No! It still takes so much work to get there. Kodomon has weird Digivolutions. But yeah, we're gonna take the powerful pack. We're gonna use ourselves an Agumon. Because Agumon is a staple of the franchise, turns out. Registration complete. Please head to the chamber room. Okay, Teddy Ivy, let's go to the digital world. I will admit really quick, part of why I love Black War Greymon so much is that I adore Skull Greymon. By the way, the other 2 were yelling at us for being too slow after we were being too slow, so maybe they need to figure their lives out. Oh. I'm fairly certain that we never see this again, and this room looks awesome. It looks so ominous. Like, holy crap. Wow, so this is the chamber room. I can start playing the game. This is exciting. I never thought it was ominous, though, because we get to go play the game, and our character is all excited. What is your registered account name? It's Junior. You can tell very clearly, by the way, that there's a huge difference between the art of the zones. Please enter the chamber capsule over there. Okay. There's a big difference between the backgrounds the zones and our character models. This game is done in a style that a lot of PS1 games did, and that's using painted backgrounds that then have the tiles set on them for your characters to move around on. Hey, are you leaving without us? Junior, wait up! The game actually doesn't only use this, I'm pretty sure. It has some wider areas than I'm used to from other games I've played in this time period that weren't top-down. This over-the-top cutscene. Access denied, and then it just freaks the fuck out. I have no idea what's going on here, but I love the energy to it, and I can't help but imagine... Oh, that's actually kind of neat. I noticed for the first time that that's his Yamato back there, and that's relevant for later in the game. Login complete. Welcome to the digital world. I love how it just has this energy of, oh my god, you didn't make it in, you gotta move, gotta move, gotta move! Success! Even though that's completely ridiculous. It's very in line with the kind of hacker concept that Digimon would play with. Wow, so this is the world of Digimon Online. Junior, welcome to Asuka server. I've said Asuka my entire life. Now my brain's going, is it supposed to be said Asuka with the, hiding the U? I don't care, I'm calling it Asuka. Because I'm not gonna be able to fix that. Please retrieve your Digimon data at the lobby. Huh? Digimon? Oh, I understand. I'll go right now. Junior, you are the Digimon fan. You should be just bouncing off the walls. Actually, I got one of those pocket Digimon devices last year, and I had a friend who was into Digimon. This is a fun, silly thing. Every character that has introductory dialogue, like this character just had, will say that dialogue before anything else, including, "Then should I call out your partner, Digimon?" I understand. And they were like, "Listen, Digimon are too dangerous and we should not have any contact with them." And I'm like, there's good Digimon, there's bad Digimon, and then there's collateral damage. I'll download the Digimon data from your satellite now. Please wait at the online mark on the floor. I think it's probably more accurate to say I'll upload the Digimon data, but Oh, hey Junior! Hey, what are you two doing? You're so slow! What? No, you're the one that's fast. These two actually... I imagine Ivy skimming the terms and conditions to make sure it's okay, and Teddy just reading every single line. Oh, of course, we just slammed! Right, Ivy? No, my name is Kale. Don't forget it. I enjoy that one of us chooses to use an account name. Kale? That's your account name? That's weird. It sounds like a guy's name. Hey, it's my choice, okay? I was too lazy, so I'm still Teddy. I do enjoy how the account name is basically an excuse for you not to be named Junior, despite the fact that they give you that name to begin with. I actually enjoy that a lot. And I enjoy Kale kind of letting us point that out in-game, but nothing really comes of Kale having a different name, although there is a reason for it. Oh cool, here are my Digimon! Whoa! I wonder who came up with this. Somebody from before I was born. Me too. Hey everyone, I'm Junior. Nice to meet you. That's basically how I greet people in real life. I fight good. Everyone good. Let's go! I can't do a good Agumon. We found this out. Hi, Junior. Let's all do our best. Let's all aim to become world champ. By the way, in case you were curious if the furry fandom was the ones who ruined Renamon, just go watch, like, an episode of Tamers, and you'll find out that no. The voice actress, the voice director, someone in the creative team was horny for Renamon before the internet was. Okay, I'm heading out. Alright, let's split up from here. See you later. And now we have our marching orders. Expect to see our Digimon behind us like that a lot. Yes, old man? Tamer Genji. Oh ho ho. I haven't seen you before. Are you new here? Yeah, I just got my Digimon. Then I'll battle with you, boy. Don't worry if you don't understand the rules. Gaining experience is the important thing. It's amazing to me how different games have become, because there is no tutorial. Just, you're against a Kuwagamon now, which is fitting for this series. So you have Fight, which is just regular attack. You have DV down here, which is to Digivolve. Tag, which allows us to change out, so we can swap to Agumon if we want to. We can use items, and we can run away. Can't run from Kuwagamon, so we are going to Swing Swing. Aim for weak point with Slingshot. This is Monmon's signature tech, so it gets this whole special screen. It's very cute. Kuwagamon takes 71 damage. Kuwagamon attacks. So this game honestly has a scope problem, because there's a lot of animation in it. I'm not I imagine a Pokemon game looking like this. Oh, that's dangerous for us. The evade. Oh, but we evade as well. So, I don't know how much of this fight is scripted, but I would actually love if the script makes it so that you both evade on the second turn to just teach you that there is a random chance to not take damage. That victory chime is, for those of you who love Final Fantasy, you know the Final Fantasy victory chime is super nostalgic for a lot of people. The victory chime of this game is what plays in my head basically anytime I win a fight. You're pretty good for a first-timer. You have potential to be world champ someday. That's my dream. In order to do that, you should learn more about Digimon. You should visit the Digimon lab before going outside the city. Digimon lab. Okay, I got it, thanks. And also, do you have a folder bag? Yeah, we're gonna go play with that. What? What's that? I see. We'd better go to Yellow Cruiser. They'll teach you all you need to know about card battles. Now go. I'm counting on you, kid. Ho ho ho! I'm betting my life savings on you in the next tournament. I love how they just teleport you over here to the Digimon lab. They're like, hey, you should go there, and we're gonna put you there. I am Dr. Kadomatsu, the leader in Digimon research. Digivolve and switch Digimon in this Digimon lab. Welcome to my lab. What do you want to do with your Digimon? I think it should be becoming obvious, but it upset me so much not to hear the word digi in... Sorry, the suffix digi in Digimon Survive. So we're actually going to do something a little weird and unexpected. Wrong buttons. We're going to take out 2 of our Digimon. So I'm going to explain this, I promise. When you go to the inn, it charges you the inn's rate per Digimon you have. So if you want to save your money, you want to only have 1 Digimon in your party. Which, considering that we don't have revives yet, is just fine. This is the inn. Here's who you save with. Here's who heals you. We're mostly going to ignore all that. Like I said, you're just going to get to watch how I normally play this game, which is a crazy person, because I know this game really well. Like, anyone who knows a game, I don't play it in a way that looks natural at all, because I know to come down here and get 300 bit. I know where everything is. But also I'm not a speedrunner, so I choose to do things really casually, so I will also just run across every portion of the map anyways. From my understanding, this isn't just a me problem. I'm actually double checking in here because my brain's just arguing with itself about whether or not there's something to pick up in here. And nope. I was correct, brain. Stop arguing with me. I don't know, I feel really nervous actually playing a game that I know super, super well. Bloodborne is a popular game that I know super well, but this is popular for Digimon fans. As far as I know, this is actually considered one of the best by Digimon fans, which tells you something about how we see our games. I'm actually going to blitz through all of this dialogue while I just keep talking, and then I'll explain what... There's a card minigame. There's a card minigame, don't stress about it. These are a bunch of words that mean fuck all if you do not know anything about the card minigame, so don't worry. It's kind of amazing. We're going to be picking up the card folder right now, but we actually won't be playing this stream. I'm not sure. We're 30 minutes in already. Jesus Christ. Okay. I sounded like I was dying with that breath. Yeah, I'm nervous because I love this game so much, but I cannot defend it because it's not amazing. I think it's deeply enjoyable, and if anyone who watches enjoys it as well and gets into the game because of me, then I'm so happy for that. And this isn't... Mercifully, this isn't one of those games where you need to know a lot going in just to be able to enjoy it. I do recommend a walkthrough, but that's not uncommon for games of this era. So, I guess since I keep mentioning it, the reason I'm calling this game a mistake and bad for streaming is because of the fact that I, at least, play with a lot of grinding involved. But what makes this a bad game is the quest system. That usually implies something complicated. What I mean is, there happen to be quests. They're very bad, and they're essentially just, hey, waste a bunch of time because we don't want you blitzing through the story too fast. And no, you do not get a choice in this. This art style kills me. I love it so much. It's going to be very difficult for me not to just jam out sometimes. Welcome to Central Park. We'll be spending the next 5 to 15 minutes here, probably. I'm not sure the exact length. When we get into the first fight, you'll get an idea of why it is we need to spend some time here. Because we are now able to get random battles when everyone wants to show up. And this is part of the problem of the grind, and hey, it turns out there's a way to make it a lot easier, and that's actually why we picked up the folder that we did just now. Because it's... knowing about the card game system unlocks your ability to do certain things. Hi, Agumon. You have one of the worst models in this game, in my opinion. So we're just gonna punch this Tapermon. Fun fact, in the entire game, so it would take us 3 hits to kill this Tapermon. Tapermon, I'm trying to illustrate a point. I need you to hit me. Oh! Oh my god! Thank you! So it deals 42 damage. It dealt more than a fourth of our health. It takes 3 hits to kill this thing, and we shouldn't level off of just one of these. So this is one of those games where you start pitifully weak. So you just want to use your techs to kill everything, but you only have so much SP to use your techs. So you end up in this really dangerous position. That's honestly the best argument for having 3 Digimon off the start, is so that you can get around this opening section using techs. But there are Digimon in the next area, aka the first real area, that will just straight kill you. Like, they can one-shot you or go twice and two-shot you, similar to how Tapermon did. Going twice, by the way, is not actually very random-based. It's based on speed. And a big enough gap between the speed between one Digimon and another allows it to go twice. And in one enemy Digimon gets to go 3 times, and I'm mad about that because that's not something we can do. It might not be only that Digimon, by the way, but it's the only one I encountered that went 3 times in a row. Yeah, okay, so I messed up and did not just use the tech there, and you can see how much I'm being punished for that. And techs can get evaded, so we might die here, which would be terrible, which is why I'm going to I'm gonna just do a save state once we're out of this fight. So yeah, see, 2 fights against the Tapermon and we haven't even leveled. Tapermon are the most efficient money-giving enemy in the game, by the way, because they actually give you twice as much money as they do EXP, and nothing else is going to do that. So we're just going to heal for a moment with the item we picked up. That way we can actually use the rest of our SP before we run to the inn to heal, to restore it. So this is what I mean when I say this isn't a good stream game, because I would need to do a whole bunch of grinding in order to make things move smoothly. But then at that point the game isn't difficult, typically. I'm not sure if I could figure out a good way to kind of balance it. So if I were to explain this really simply, The way the game works is that the first two areas, it's actually hard enough to get to... No, that's not the way I want to put it. The first two areas, you don't have access to the third and fourth stage Digivolutions yet, because you're simply not high enough level, or you can't get certain stats high enough, and we'll get to that soon, I promise. Because there's a way to actually manipulate your stats, and we'll need one of those stats raised in order to get to Skull Greymon as our ultimate. Which is actually going to prompt me to try and rush through the second portion. After we get where we need to complete the first portion of the game. I'm calling them portions. I should be saying sectors. We're currently in not North Sector. Why can't I remember what sector this is? We're in one of the sectors. When we get through this sector, we'll then move on to the second sector. And it's after the second sector that you can just sit and grind to get to Omega, which is the highest stage of Digivolution. And at that point, you're basically as strong as the game expects you to get. You can get stronger by basically working incredibly hard to get to some crazy Digivolutions, but you don't need to. And for streaming purposes, I absolutely wouldn't. Part of the damage you deal, though, is based on the Digivolution you are. That's why there is a specific Digimon that is the strongest Digivolution, because it simply has the highest damage modifier. Although there's one that's recommended for use, which is what you go for as Renamon. And the reason that's recommended is just because the fact that it has an extremely powerful attack based on one stat and a high enough SP amount that you can access it that you can use it a whole bunch. So it just hits like a truck. And that was our last Pepper Breath. Now, of course, because we hit level 2, and... Nope. Okay, I'm going to try and get into one more fight. Hopefully that'll get us to level 3, so that we've got 3 levels worth of SP for, more grinding. I said 5 to 15 minutes. I guess I should have said 15 to 30. Because that's what this game can be like. And... I don't want to hear any Pokemon purists tell me that the old Pokemon games were never like this. Because to try and level a whole team, you definitely needed to do grinding. I'm not going to hear that Pokemon has never had any grind built into it. They had to introduce the XP share system to fix the grind. I love Pokemon, by the way. I'm not one of those people who is like, Digimon good, it means Pokemon bad, and vice versa. I love both, and I think I actually tend to see it as the two are very different with very different strengths. And Digimon, oh my god, it went twice. No, stop it. You're killing me. Oh, okay. Even Kunamon goes twice. God, it's depressing. I think the two have very different strengths. The fact that Digimon has different Digivolution lines and that you can go a whole bunch of different directions in these games is a lot of fun, in my opinion. It makes... Pokemon has this inevitability to finding out what they are, and if you don't like it, there's a disappointment to it. If you do like it, there's a celebration to it. But that's kind of the end of the growth pattern. Digimon has this wonderful experience of going through all these different growth patterns, and in a lot of games, this one included, having mechanics that allow you to access the abilities or strengths of other Digivolutions you've had, hence encouraging you to go through a whole bunch of different ones. Typically, I don't actually recommend experimenting that much with different things, but... so normally I actually don't buy any of the starting equipment, but I'm going to do it just for the sake of making things hopefully go a little bit smoother. Nope, wrong button. On a keyboard. So you can see who can equip it and what it does for them, so we need a dagger, because damage is the most important thing in the world, And to really hammer that home, we're just buying a second dagger and giving Agumon a second dagger. And that's all we're actually taking here. Because that affects our primary attack, aka punching things. Because we want to get where we can just punch things to death and not have to worry about it. And actually, with that plus 20, we might actually just be able to handle things down in Central Park now. We'll see momentarily. Getting to level 3 is basically the big thing we're gunning for right now, and I will be using save states to make life a little bit easier with an element we'll be interacting with soon. I am emulating this game. I actually still own my original copy of Digimon World 2003. One, I haven't put in the effort into tracking down a physical copy of 2003 yet because I don't want to. And because I don't own the physical version of 2003, obviously, I want to play the complete version. I don't think that's a controversial take. I hope I don't get judged too harshly for that. There's level 3. Okay, so now we get to go interact with the... There's no two ways around this. This will affect your stats more than anything else. Hi, Leomon. This is the training gym. Do you want to work out? This is one of the rare times where I wish I had a camera seal. You can just watch the smile that pops on my face as I start dancing to this. So this allows you to spend TP, which you get each time you level up, 5 each time, to enhance stats. And you can have a 1, a 5, and a 10 TP option. We're going to do the 10, and we're just going to make a save state. I'm going to check I made a save state correctly. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't break everything. 1 second. Okay, everything's working. Yay. So I'm making a save state because this has a failure chance. So normally you would just accept a failure like that and go, ah, shucks. And then get really depressed. And then, hey, there goes Agumon. And suddenly you have plus 15 speed, which, that's half our speed given back to us, so hey, that's pretty good. But if you get 3 successes in a row, then you have a chance at a critical success with a 4th chance at an even higher bonus. So the amount of stats that you gain off of that, well, just 2 successes doubles our speed here. So I don't think I have to work very hard to demonstrate what a plus 60 would do for our speed. Suddenly, things wouldn't be outspeeding us to have 2 turns, we should be having 2 turns on everything else. And what makes speed even more important than just that action economy of doubling your damage is the fact that it also influences your evade chance. So for the sake of so if you're trying to minimize your own frustration and you have access to an emulator, then hey, doing something like this, while tedious, will actually make the game a lot less of a grind, because suddenly by the time you're level 10, you have a really high speed and attack stat that can handle the first area, if not the second area as well, pretty handily, as long as you also pick up the equipment that you can early on in the game. So yeah, that gives us plus 64 speed. Now our speed is higher than our attack with the 2 daggers. So getting to level 5 is going to be the next really big step, because then we'll do our first level of attack. Get another 65 bonus there, which would almost double that. So yeah, and arguably the training gym being that instrumental to your stats is also a bad element of the game. It kind of depends on how you want to look at it. I think it's particularly interesting to think about when you consider playing through it normally without any form of save scumming, having 3 different Digimon all rolling their own dice. You can end up with 1 Digimon. Actually, that would take up one of our spots for daggers, so we're not going to put on that buckler. Oh hey, this was the bane of my existence as a child. This thing's fast enough to go twice and strong enough to kill you in 2 shots when you're low level. So, yeah, it would just ambush you, go twice, and kill you before you could pepper breath it. So even though it dies to level 1 techs, doesn't matter. Most dangerous enemy in the forest. And there are Kuwagamon out here that are stronger than the other gentleman's Kuwagamon. You'll notice I'm not talking to NPCs. They don't really say a whole lot. But later on, we will actually be able to do some stuff with them, such as card battle or Digimon battle with them. Hi, Kuwagamon. Kuwagamon actually might live the Pepper Breath here. I don't remember. My last few times I played this was always with Renamon. Never mind. As far as so there are elemental tolerances. They do affect how much damage you take, but not as substantially as maybe you'd want. But the enemies, on the other hand, it can actually affect a lot. So that might have been just fire on Kuwagamon doing some work. Here's Eastwire Forest. So you can tell here that you've got the trees are actually drawn into the game with the game style. How dare you? So yeah, that tells you that even with that buff to our speed, it wasn't it's not high enough yet to guarantee going first against every opponent. Kuwagamon can still outspeed us on just the base check. Thankfully, not too big of a deal because we don't take that much damage off of it. The difference between level 1 and level 3 is pretty big, it turns out. Main Digimon levels actually get really, really hard to get. I said level 10 earlier. We are not trying to get to level 10 before we finish this first section. Okay, sorry. We could try to get to level 10 before we finish the first area, but we're not. That's actually kind of miserable. Level 5 is I mentioned before, level 5 is going to be really big because it's when we get our first, our next trip to the gym. It's really big for another reason too, and we'll get to that. We're only poking our head in here. This is actually kind of dangerous for us, especially since water enemies and our water tolerance is super low as one of the Dino Pokemon. Hi, Crabmon, you're spooky. Pretty sure this is not going to one-shot Crabmon. But we do have a full health bar, so we should be okay. Oh, never mind, it does one-shot Crabmon. Thank you very much. Cool, and there's level 4. So yeah, this is very much so I'm just playing an RPG and ignoring all story. So that's us getting our first piece of equipment that's defensive. So that gives us 4 defense and 10 style. Style is actually a more relevant stat here in the early game than you would ever expect it to be. And we're eventually actually going to want to pull back the rest of our team to raise our style a little higher at one point. But we're a fair ways away from that. I don't imagine we'll get there in this first stream. So, again, I don't think I'm going to do a full playthrough, question mark, but I might revisit this file from time to time, just for when I want to do something in between things or whatever. Might do some full streams of it, just when I feel like it. I don't know. This is a game that I have so much affection for that I can just sit and play it for hours, and would probably be happy just to write down some topics to just ramble about. After all, I mentioned before that I would talk about Digimon Adventures 1 and 2 while I sat and talked, and obviously I haven't gone there yet, because I'm enjoying interacting with the game. I love this game. And there's no way for me to know what I would feel like if I tried playing this just out of the blue. I'm going to just try punching this. I want to see where our attack is. Okay. Because our attacks actually do work off of a different stat than our base attacks do. And base attack, because it's so much easier to influence through weapons, is way easier to get to a relevantly higher number than Spirit is, which is why you spend most of the game just spamming your basic attacks. And then eventually, way late into the game, basically endgame territory, is when you would finally level up Spirit, because that's the point at which it becomes feasible to do so, essentially. And even then, you don't have to. You just keep punching things. Bye, Betamon. You know what's great about hitting Betamon with Pepper Breath? You get cooked fish. And then Agumon just eats the cooked fish. Food is a shockingly relevant thing in the Digimon franchise at all times. I love it, honestly. Digimon Survive was a fitting title for a Digimon game, if only because survival, just through basic necessities like food, has always been in the series. So, in case you're curious, the reason why we've been heading backwards is because of the fact that I basically wanted to pop in there to get to level 3 and to be a little bit more active. We're now, since we're at level 4, able to hop onto a beach, and we have a person to talk to at that beach. Because what I'm aiming for is, what I guess I'm going to make the aim of the stream, is to do a card battle after upgrading the deck even the slightest bit. We can actually win the card battles in the shop without upgrading, and I might just do that if I don't hit the point that I want to get to, but in my opinion, what I'm aiming to do shows the best method for grinding in this game, and... oh, sorry, Tapermon gives 4 times the money to the XP. That's what makes it efficient, but it's not even remotely efficient compared to just fighting things that give more money than it. The most efficient grinding method is by fishing. And we're going to be trying to go get that fishing pole. And we actually should get the fishing pole really easily. Getting to where we can actually fight the enemy we'll be fishing up is a little bit of a different problem. Because, oh god. Speaking of terrors from my childhood, which have definitely been underplayed now that I know about things like how the speed mechanic works. Tai Kong Wang. If you want to fish, you need a pole, string, and a hook. Then I'll make you a fishing pole. How about it? Okay, so we have our instructions. Now that we have our instructions, we can actually go get those items. One of them is just buying a bamboo spear in Asuka City, so we'll just take care of that when we're on our way back from the other 2 elements. We're going to be going back to the lake to get the hook, which will let us meet a Divermon. Divermon are the people who also open card packs, so it's very fitting that a Divermon is involved in this little side quest to get fishing hooks. Sorry, a fishing pole, because fishing is also one of the ways that you can get card packs to make your decks better. Goodbye, Kunamon. I did not need to use a pepper breath there. I could have punched that. Stopping in Asuka might have been the smarter idea just for the sake of refilling SP. As I've commented in the past, I'm always nervous, especially on stream, but this game, I'm only running on the save states right now, which I'm just gonna make one really quick. So if something goes wrong, it's really easy to lose progress, because it does boot you back to the main title screen. And wherever you last saved is where you're stuck, bucko. Bye, Kuwagamon. Ah, I was wrong. I thought 150 was where Agumon got to level 5, but I might be thinking Renamon. Different Digimon also level at different rates. Another thing that makes Kumamon a particularly bad choice as your main Digimon is not only low at SP, but also Kumamon levels the slowest of any Digimon. Agumon, like any of the dinosaur Digimon, is more of a middling amount, I'm pretty sure. Renamon's the fastest. Or she's the second fastest after Patamon, but again, her stats just work out better. She ends up with a with better spirit and speed than Patamon does. And those are the stats. Speed, we already talked about, and spirit is what affects the power level of your techs. So her techs start off feeling really, really strong. So in that case, Agumon's probably more around 200 for the first level. I got that item already. Thanks, Brain. And we might actually... yeah, we're out of SP for Pepper Breaths. So this might be a little dangerous. Depends on that happening. And if Crabmon... and how much Crabmon deals. Crabmon could deal a fair bit to us. That's that white effect that happened around Agumon when the Crabmon's attack landed. That's the water effect. That's what tells you that that's a water attack. If those elements don't show up, sorry. If elements like that or elements similar to it don't show up, then you know you're fine. We'll see a handful of them as we use techs and fight different enemies. Hey, there it is. Level 5, and now we have Greymon. Which is perfect timing, too, because I'm actually going to call this episode here. Like I said, I need to get a few done to make sure I have a backlog for during the move. I'm excited for the move, and I'm actually deeply enjoying this. I feel like I'm saying I'm not going to do a full playthrough for the sake of convincing myself not to do a full playthrough, because now I'm just like, I love this game so much. I just want to share it, faults and all, with anyone who wants to watch. But also, I'm just playing it again, and now I don't want to stop playing it again. Anyway, so we have Greymon. That'll be it for this episode. If you are also a Digimon fan, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more Digimon content, expect me to play a handful of it. There's less games that I might want to play on stream than maybe I'd like to. I'm so sad about some of the ones that never got a translation for over here in the States, and if they ever get an English translation, I will jump on as hard as I can. No matter what, though, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and have the best day you possibly can, everybody.